Somebody said, PY, is marriage still worth it in 2025? In a world where being single is glorified, casual relationship is celebrated, and we are constantly being reminded why marriage is no longer worth it anymore in 2025, the question remains, is marriage still worth it in 2025? Now, we believe it is.
Very much
And by the
so.
end of this conversation, you're going to see why we think so.
Yeah.
But beyond being worth it, we believe that marriage can be one of the most valuable, most life-changing, transformational commitment that you could make in this day and age. And that is what we're going to be talking about on today. Welcome back to my Darling Bride podcast, powered by Refuge and Fortress Network. My name is Yemi Emmanuel Ludansi. I go by PY.
And I'm Lonnie O.
On this podcast, we dig, we discover, we deploy biblical gems for the building or rebuilding of kingdom homes and relationships.
Yes, we are on a mission to equip couples on how to build on a rock-solid foundation, cultivate a culture of respect and honor, invest intentionally and consistently in your marriage or relationship, always defend your union, and lastly, empower one another towards purpose fulfillment.
We believe this is where love meets legacy, but more than that, this is where real love meets real talk. We got a good one for you on today. Let's get it. All right, so somebody came to me based on last week's conversation where we talked about commitment.
Yes.
Somebody said, but PY, is marriage even still worth it anymore in 2025?
Yeah.
And the reason why they would ask that question is because they're looking at it like, okay, if you think marriage is a seasonal thing, marriage is a thing that goes out of fashion, then you're saying to yourself, marriage is traditional, is an olden days mentality kind of thing. And now that we're in 2025, and life is, like they say, life has evolved, and you know, we like that's so old school, right? Are we still doing marriage
we're in the
anymore?
21st century.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, man, what kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that? And to be quite honest, the real answer to that question is going to be highly based on the person you ask.
Yeah.
And when you're asking that question, as you're listening to their answer, be careful to see the heart of that answer.
Yes. Where is it coming
Where
from?
is it coming from? Because a lot of times people will tell you things based on their own experience.
Yeah.
And they project. And sometimes it's good projection, sometimes it's bad projection.
Yeah.
Now, when you come to ask me that kind of question, I'm gonna give you my projection.
Good projection.
You get me. So I'm gonna give you. We're gonna talk about today why we believe marriage is still worth it. Why? Because remember, we're in the series called Valuable Marriage, right? Valuable marriage, where it's not just being married for the sake of being married, is marriage that adds value to your life.
Yeah.
It's marriage that adds value to the kingdom of God. It's marriage that is valuable. You follow what I'm saying? Not just marriage just because, right? I feel like we got to do a whole series on the wrong reasons to get married, because I feel like a lot of people are just jumping into marriage these days.
Maybe we can talk about that next.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but we'll see, right? So let me ask you this question, right? Is there any time where you've ever felt like, man, you know what, this thing is not worth it? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
For me, I would say no.
Okay.
And that's mostly because I've gotten good projections.
Good. Okay.
I've gotten good projections because the people I've spoken to, the things I've seen, the things I've been surrounded by has been good projections.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a perfect picture, but the result is perfect. Let me say it like that. So for me, I've never sat down and felt like it's not worth it. It's always been a thing where it's like, it's definitely worth it for me.
Now, is marriage something that you've always wanted?
Absolutely.
It's something you've always wanted?
Absolutely. It's something I've always wanted. I was taught about marriage. I grew up around, my parents were married, you know, for so long. And I grew up around people that stayed married forever. And it's just that's just all I've seen. So, and as a Christian, for me, and not to say Christians, so there's some Christians that don't not get married, but from the picture that has been painted, marriage is always something you attain to get or to achieve or to do. So I've always felt like, oh yeah, definitely that was on that was on my timeline.
But here's the question that I'm gonna kick it now. Is this did you now? Because
I feel like I'm on the hot seat.
No, you shouldn't feel that way. This is a conversation, right? It's that I don't even know why I'm asking you questions.
Just away.
But the thing is, I really want to know, right? Because a lot of times, even in the kingdom, especially in African context, we go into marriage because it is what we're supposed to do.
Yes. Correct.
Right? It is what we're supposed to do. It is the next stage of our lives. And it's like, I'm kind of done with school.
That's
I have a job.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing with your life, right? The next thing most of the time is not, okay, I'm going to go start a business, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to focus on that, or I'm going to focus on the next logical thing that our culture teaches is marriage is the next thing.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that is what pushed you into marriage? And would you say, oh God, I feel like, if I keep going in this train of thought, we could be here for a long time.
Let's go.
But as this defined the cultural understanding of marriage, where, I really didn't want to do this, but I didn't want to be the talk of town.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be the conversation that everybody, you know what I'm saying? I always knew it was the next thing for me to do. So I went ahead and got married because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Not even taking the time to think about
if you want to do that,
if this is something I want to do, or if this is the right person to do it with.
I got you.
You know?
I think for me, it was automatic.
Okay.
And it's cultural, it's religion, it's just that's what you're supposed to do.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what you're taught. But I would say at some point in my life, because here's the thing, when you're growing up, you don't necessarily think for yourself. Your environment thinks for you.
Yeah.
Your background, your culture, they think for you.
Yeah.
But you do get to a point where you start making that decision for yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got to a point where it's like I understood the reason why I wanted to get married. It wasn't just like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Let me get off the checklist, right? For example, I wanted to have kids. Kids is definitely not a question for me, but I'm not going to have kids outside of wedlock. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, that is one of the reasons why I wanted to get married. And there's nothing wrong with that because the Bible definitely tells you, be fruitful and multiply. That's one of the reasons why people get married. I wanted to have kids, and then I wanted to have somebody I was doing life with. I saw my parents, I saw people around me, and I saw that they didn't have to do life by themselves.
Gotcha.
And that was what I wanted for myself. So yes, in the beginning of my life, it was a no-brainer. It never was crossed my mind to say I never want to get married.
Yeah,
that's because it was an automatic thing for me. It's culture. It's just, you don't want to get married? Hey? Let's go and pray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just normal. But then you get to a point in your life where it is a decision you get to make. And for me, it was always a no-brainer. I knew what I wanted my life to look like. And marriage was definitely in that. What about you?
What about me?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I'm throwing a question back at you.
What's the question?
The question is,
you gotta ask this question.
Was there ever a point where you felt like, is this something I wanted to do? Like, is this worth it? Is this, or is it the same, like you just said? Is it based on culture, on what it just felt like this was not necessarily the right or wrong, but this was the path you're supposed to be on as African, as with an African background like we do? Is it the same, like we have? Is it the same pushing? Is it the same background? Is it the same mentality you also had, or is it different from you?
For me, I would say that I did grow up in that mentality where you go to school, get your master's, get a good job, get a wife. That's the very next thing, right? That was the laid out expectation for me. But I was actually of the mentality, I'm gonna go in a different direction.
Okay.
I saw marriage as a distraction. You know what I'm saying? I saw marriage as a distraction. Yeah, and I was clear on that with you, right? I told you that, right? Because I just felt like I had so much to do, and marriage was just gonna be in the way. the
Was
responsibility.
it a never going to do, or it was like, I'll just do it later?
Later.
Okay.
Not never going
Never
to do,
going
just
to do.
later,
Okay.
much later. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna be one of those bachelors where it's like, Uncle,
So much later than you
go
did.
on, oh, way,
Yeah.
whoa. Like, I'm talking about one of those bachelors with gray hairs, and they're like, Uncle,
you ain't a bachelor no more.
Go get married, go
Right.
on married, go on married. Like, I was
Right.
gonna be that one of those, right?
Right.
But you know, as God would have it, man, God turned that around, and this is where we just got to be available for God to move and
Yeah.
redirect our lives in the way that He sees fit, that He feels like is the best thing to do. You know what I mean? Because I have seen value in being married.
Yeah.
You know, and I've done things that I feel like my life has gone in a direction that I thank God for because of marriage.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't married, it'd probably be a different conversation.
Right.
I'd probably be more distracted, in fact,
Yeah.
which is crazy because I thought marriage was going to be distraction.
Right.
But because of the trajectory of my life at that time,
yeah,
it could have led to even more distraction.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So my mentality for marriage has always been, I'm gonna push it to later.
Right.
But it came much sooner than I thought. And you know what? I welcomed it. And it didn't come because I gave in to the pressure of society and culture that this is what you're supposed to do, kind of thing. No, it just made sense.
Yeah.
You know, we met, we started talking, we got to know each other and things like that. And it just made logical sense, in the sense that what I needed to get done, marriage with you was not going to stop that.
Yeah. We were already doing
was
it
not
together.
going to derail that.
Right. Exactly.
Was not going to delay that.
Yeah.
You know, so that was number one. And then number two, I saw that, you know what, if I got this out the way, I can actually focus more.
Yeah.
I can actually do the things that I wanted to do with a wife who is right for me, who understands what I need to do, where I need to go, and is not trying to be one to stand in my way of achieving whatever it is that I needed to achieve. That I did, whatever reason where I didn't want to get married. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we had that conversation where you were like, babe, it's not going to, like, us being married is not gonna.
It's not gonna. In fact, it helps because now we can align our dreams and all those things together and work on it together, and you don't have to carry that on you by yourself.
By yourself, exactly. So that's the case for me.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to you asking us that, I mean, I spoke to that person at length, but I really wanted us to come here and have that conversation.
Yeah.
Why is marriage still worth it in 2025?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would say one of the biggest ones for me was you learn a lot.
Yes.
You learn a lot. It is a school. It is it's an institution that teaches you what nobody or nothing else can
teach you. Yeah.
That is it. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of things that and it leads to growth, right? There's a lot of things that it's not like I wouldn't have figured it out outside of marriage, but I probably wouldn't have even thought about it. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll give an example, right? When we first started dating, I knew how to cook.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And
to some extent.
According to you. According to you, okay? According to you, because you're a very particular individual. Yeah. So I knew how to cook, right?
Yeah.
To some extent, according to him.
Yeah.
But I realized that you only know what you know when you know it. Yeah. At the time that you know it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You knew enough to get by.
You know enough. Now, once we got married, because it's not about me anymore. It's not just my taste.
Yeah.
It's not just my desire in taste and what I want to eat. Now I have to open up my palate and my creativity because I have a husband and I have children that probably don't eat the way I do. And lucky for me, I have a husband that does not eat the way I do at all, like complete opposite. So therefore, I had to learn how to cook for him. And I probably wouldn't, and it's not to say that, okay, if you didn't marry him, you could have learned how to cook, whatever the case may be. But then having to do that expanded my creativity that I probably wouldn't even think about, because you know what? I cook and whoever eats my food is like, oh, your food is good, and we move on. But because he's not like me and he doesn't have the same taste I do, it forces me to have to get creative. And trust me, when you're married and you have a home and you're a wife, you got to get creative with the kind of food you're making.
Yes.
So it's forced me to have to learn. It's forced me to have to, like, it's just taught me a lot of things. So I just feel like it's an institution that just opens up your mind and your life to so much things to learn, so much, you know, things to adapt. You have to adapt. You have to learn to get with the program and adapt with it and grow.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a school that teaches you what you can learn outside. And there's a saying they're saying, yo, but I don't know how to say it. You probably gonna help me out. Yes. Yes. Can you translate it?
No, the marriage is an institution. Literally.
I wanted you to translate it the way it said. Marriage is an institution.
Marriage is an institution, right?
So you learn
yeah.
in your husband's house.
That's really what it is.
And that's just been the fact for me. Like, there's so much I've learned since.
I would even add to that there's a lot you learn in the institution of marriage that is applicable to other things in life.
Yep.
You learn to forgive quickly. You learn to be selfless.
Yep.
You learn to adjust and switch things around
to
accommodate somebody else's life. You learn to
think outside the box.
Think on your feet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All of these things that we're learning, it looks like, you know,
learn how to serve.
You know what I mean? And it's, again, you're doing it in the context of your home. It may not look like a lot right now, but wait until you get out there and you are in a leadership position.
Learn how to multitask.
You know what I mean? You know, and real life situation, even though your marriage is real life, but real life situation out there. You pick things up from the things you do at home without even realizing you're already doing them.
Yeah.
More than just for the spouses, even for your children, if you aspire to have children, your children will learn first at home before anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, so there are things, marriage is an institution. There are things that marriage will teach you that nowhere else will. It will teach you humility. It will teach you selflessness. It will teach you respect.
Yes.
It will teach you honor.
Yes. How
you
to
know,
serve.
it will teach you servitude.
How to be sober.
You know, it will teach you calmness.
Yeah.
It will teach you how to let go of
humility.
Your ego and your pride.
Yeah.
I mean, it will. I don't want to say it'll break you down, but it'll build you back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just
it's not
put it that way.
breaking down to diminish you.
Yeah.
It's breaking down to build you
up.
It
will break you down, but build you back up and make you a much better
version
person
of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So marriage, man, I'm telling you, God knows what he was doing. He knew what he was doing when he put the institution of marriage together. It's because of things like this.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that I would say one of the other reasons why marriage is so valuable and so worth it, even in 2025, since you want to make marriage a new age or old age thing, right? In the new age context, marriage is worth it because marriage provides shelter.
Yes.
Marriage provides shelter in a world of chaos and craziness and just so much going on. You gotta have a place
to run
to.
Yeah.
You've got to have a refuge, a fortress.
Yeah, come on now.
You've got to have a safe space where you can let go, and be your true self without judgment, without fear, without shame. And you've got to have a place where when you run to, they know your name.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so powerful. They know your name. You're not a number.
Yeah.
You're not just another person.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually matter.
You matter.
You know how many times the kids will
not out of touch.
You know what I'm saying? You matter. You come home, your family is excited to see you.
Mommy,
your
Daddy,
wife, your husband,
so
your children,
that
your pets,
joy,
for goodness sake.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like there's a place where you matter.
Yeah.
You could be a janitor out there, but when you come home, you are a king and you are treated like a king. You could be a store clerk. You could be, as a woman, you could be doing maid service. You can be anything out there. You come home and they treat you like a queen.
Yeah.
They treat you like a king, because guess what? Out there, they can say whatever they want, but in here,
that's what
we got you.
Yeah.
There's that protection, that coverage,
security.
that security that comes with marriage. And to be quite honest, man, I really think the only place you're gonna find that is in the context of marriage, not even necessarily in the context of family. Like, there's tribe in your family, like with your brothers, your siblings, your mom, your dad, and everything like that. But there's the marriage context is different from that. Because within the context of marriage, we form a new culture. The Bible talks about how the two become one, where you're bringing a little bit of what you know, a little bit of your background, a little bit of your upbringing, adding that to mine, and we're forming that. The things that you would do that would probably be annoying, that would probably be irritating to your siblings, your mother, your father, your cousins, you come over here, and because we don't really know you, we're knowing you, and we're forming new things. That thing that is annoying and irritating is actually welcomed here. Because we've made it a culture.
Absolutely,
You follow what I'm saying? And now, again, it's not saying you have a bad habit.
It could be
and
anything.
You bring it here. It could be anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, this is your space. Not shared space. Your space to be free, to be yourself, to be covered, to be protected, to be loved, to be cared for, to be seen, to be heard, to be embraced.
Yeah, with the right person.
Oh my God. Are you following what I'm saying? Look, you're not going to find this nowhere else. You're not going to find this anywhere else. At the end of the day, Adam and Eve did what they did and everything like that. But you know what? When they got kicked out of the garden, they left together.
Yeah.
They figured it out together.
They figured it out.
They grew together. You know, when what's the name? My God, when Abraham left his father's country, he left with Sarah, and they built together. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They moved together. They did life together. They grew together.
Yeah.
It became a whole new nation for them by themselves.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it provides shelter.
Yeah. And you know, even thinking about that right now, because you were talking about what gives you that security, right? Which is the people you've built this life with.
Yes.
The people that you have that surround you and protect you. It then makes me think about another point of giving you purpose. Marriage provides purpose, because now it's not just you anymore.
Yes.
If you get to a point where it's just like you're lost, you don't know what to do with your life, because a lot of people, they go through life like that.
Yes.
They go through life where they've done everything. They've gone to school. They've done all the things. And they get to the point and they're like, what's next? I've done it all. I've checked it out. But in marriage,
which gives credit to the older generation who says after school, get married.
Get married, yeah.
Because they want to give you purpose.
A lot of times you're just checking off things you have to accomplish.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You could check off getting married, but it doesn't, like, for example, you go to school, you get your degree, you're done.
Yeah.
Don't nobody could talk to me about school no more.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check, done.
Yeah.
You get a job. Cool. I'm a working person.
Yep.
Check, done.
Yep.
You get married. it ain't just check done. It's every day. You understand what I'm saying? Now you have purpose. You have something you're living for every single day you wake up. You're not just thinking about yourself anymore.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the person next to you and the other people that you've brought into this life with you. So it gives you purpose. It gives you something it's something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good, because sometimes in this life, when you've done everything you feel like you could do, you could get lost. You could get to the point where you start slacking, where you start getting more relaxed, more reserved, and it's like, I don't know what else to do. I done did everything. But in marriage, you would always find because it's a everyday journey. It doesn't just start and that's it. It's continuous. You know, there's life after life after life, and that's the beautiful thing about it, is you find purpose in marriage with the right person.
Yes.
And I want to point that out with everything that we've been saying. The key part is you're finding it with the right person. If you don't marry the right person, you don't have anything to learn from marriage. If you don't marry the right person, you're not going to feel safe when you get home. You're not going to get the shelter. If you don't marry the right person, you will still be as lost as you were before you got married. So the key part is marrying, being in that institution with the right person.
With the right person, you know, and in that line of thought with purpose, it also allows you to look beyond yourself.
Yeah.
Right. It helps you to understand that it's bigger than you.
It's bigger than you.
A lot of times, I remember when I was in high school, and you know, crazy enough, right? So a lot of people don't know this, right? When I left high school, I went straight to college, right? When I got to college, I actually took a year off of college. You follow what I'm saying? I took a year off of college, came back home to work for a little bit, right? And while I was working, I felt like a sense of, what am I doing kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I looked around
like, where's
me.
My life going?
Yeah. I looked around me and I was like, man, there's got to be more to life than this. I was in DC, you know, I was working at LPQ at a French restaurant. And I would wake up every day, just go to work and come back home. And I was just thinking to myself, man, like, there's got to be more to life than this, you know? And in looking for purpose, I went to almost enroll myself into the Navy.
Yeah, I remember.
I almost joined the Navy because I was looking to be a part of something bigger than myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To me, myself, by myself, there's more to me than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was thinking, how can I serve? How can I do something beyond myself, right? Something that put me in a position where I'm not looking to better me. How do we better me? How do we make more money for me? How do we, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to live for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
just myself. So I wanted to join the military. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people, when they get to that point where it's like, man, what's next, right? What's my purpose, right? And when they can't find that purpose, they can't find beyond that purpose, they can't find that person to live for, they go into the military.
Yeah.
They go into the military immediately because at least in there you find sense of purpose. You're living for somebody beyond yourself. It's a bigger thing than you and things like that. And that's the same concept with marriage. For us, we've looked at marriage as something bigger than us, something that allows us to look beyond ourselves, that I'm serving my wife, I'm serving my kids. I go out every day ensuring their safety, their protection, their provision, and things like that. I'm praying on my knees. God, my family, I pray more for my family than I pray for myself. You know what I mean? Because I have that sense of purpose that I've been put on this earth to steward this people, the wife, the children, the life, the job, everything that we have beyond myself. I'm stewarding for them. You follow what I'm saying? So that's what purpose does. And then another thing too that we have to understand. So again, for those asking that question, is marriage still worth it? I hope you're seeing our heart.
Yeah.
As to why we think
it's worth it.
Marriage is worth it for us.
What do we get out of it? What is
for
our benefit
us
for it? Yeah.
Can't speak for nobody else, but for us,
Yep.
these are the things that we're seeing. There's another thing about where the Bible talks about, two is better than one, right? For they have a good return for their labor. I think the way the Bible puts it, two is better than one. There's a saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's the same thing with marriage.
Yeah.
If you want to go far in life, you cannot do it alone.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be done. And I think that's what I realized. I realized that in my many things that I wanted to do, I'm better off with a partner than if I was trying to do them by myself.
Yourself.
Now, sure, I can do them faster enough, but how long will that last?
Will it take? Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. It'll be fast. It's not going to take that long.
Yeah.
But how long will it last? You follow what I'm saying? If you want to go far in life where, steady wins the race, easy does it. You follow what I'm saying? You've got to go together.
Yeah.
Because we can do more together than alone. Yeah. And we can go farther together than alone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's just doing life by yourself. It's just, for some people that works. Some people are fine by themselves. They don't need anybody else. But sometimes it's good because idleness is the devil's workshop.
Yes.
When you're by yourself, sometimes it's too quiet. Sometimes I be, the kids are up and down making noise. This person, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need some quiet. But that quiet, I don't need it for too long. When the quiet is too much, I'm like, where is everybody? I need because sometimes you get in your own head. It just gives room for things you don't need.
Yeah.
But when you have you have a marriage, you have a family. Trust me, there is something
constantly
to do every single day. There's times where I'm just like, many times we'll talk and we're like, 24 hours is not enough.
It's not.
It's not enough because there's just so much to do.
It's not enough.
But it's so fulfilling.
Yes.
It's fulfilling because you've done something not just for yourself, but to help somebody better. And I like the part, and I talked about that earlier, but I was talking about kids when I talked about that, when it talks about multiplication. A lot of times when we talk about be fruitful and be multiply when it says in the Bible, we're thinking just kids. But it's beyond just kids. It's beyond legacy. It's more legacy. It's more the impact you leave in this world. It's more the things you leave in this world. When you have an institution of marriage, you do great and mighty things together that leave a mark in this world.
Exactly.
And that's ministry. What we're doing right now, this leaves a mark. This will be here long after we're gone.
Yep.
Our kids will be here, but their kids will be here, and their kids will be here much after we're gone.
Yeah.
But this is what it creates. This union, this institution, it creates something that lasts, legacy. We talk about that a lot. It's more than just money. It's more than just wealth. It's a lot. It's impacts that you make in your world today.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm going to close on this and just say it's in the institution of marriage that you get to pour into somebody.
Yes.
The goodness of your heart. Even if you were a teacher, even if you were a pastor, even if you were any of these things, like your impact is felt, but can be limited. Does that make sense? Your impact is powerful. Don't get me wrong now. It's felt, it is powerful, but can be limited.
Yeah.
I make bold to say that. I really don't think there is anybody else in this world that can have a more lasting impact on children than their parents.
Yeah.
I make bold to say that. Even the absence of a parent is felt by that child.
Yeah.
despite all the love around him or her,
Yeah.
despite all the mentors and the pastors and the teachers and everything, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people coming together, despite the village, even the absence of his dad, his mom, will still be felt.
Yeah.
Now, if their absence is felt, imagine what their presence will do to that child.
Absolutely.
The fabrication of his mentality is formed at home. The sense of identity is formed at home.
Yeah.
The sense of tribe, that with the variety of tribes and people out there and culture and just different way of life and mentality out there, at least at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have my tribe at home.
Yeah.
Our way of life, our culture, our beliefs, the way we do things. You know what I'm saying? Our code of conduct, the way daddy says it, the way mommy says it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We find our identity. Matter of fact, even as a spouse, the wife finds her identity in the husband.
Yep.
The husband finds his identity in the wife. That's why many times they tell you, as a wife, speak life into your husband. Because as you're speaking to him in a particular manner, you're forming and you're shaping him into what he becomes out there. A lot of men will go out there and be defeated before they left the home, because they are defeated at home.
Yep.
And so when they get out there,
starts at home.
they approach people from a place of timidity.
It starts at home.
Because there's no confidence being poured into them at home.
Yeah.
The wife in the same way. And so sometimes my wife will say some things. I'm looking at her like, whoa, lady, calm down. She's like, well, what? I got it from you. I'm like, you didn't get that from me. You know? And sometimes my wife will go out there to minister, and somebody will call me up and say, yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you mean? They're like, nah, your wife was speaking, but really we heard you.
Exactly.
You know, because we've gotten so intertwined into one another that when we're standing out to do anything, we're representing more than ourselves. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're representing the entire clan.
Yeah.
When I come at you, I'm coming at you as the Oludown sees, not just as me. You follow what I'm saying? When my son talks to you, he's talking to you as the Oludown sees, not just as, oh, him. You follow what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And he's walking around with that understanding, with that consciousness that I'm carrying an entire tribe with me. And that forms your identity.
Yeah.
That forms who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Even as a teacher, as a man because it was a man who asked me this question, even as a man who's asking this question, you can think that, you know what, you're too good for that. There's not a lot people can gain from you and things like that. Or there's not a lot you can gain from them. There's not a lot they can help me with and things like that. What about what they can gain from you? Are you following what I'm saying? I remember a time when we were in a choir group, a young lady who felt like, you know what, like she's really good and everything like that. And it's like, why do I need to come to choir practice? Why do I need to show up? I can sing better than almost everybody here. I can do this, I can do that. And she was kind of saying that. And I remember I talked to her, I said, listen, what about what they can get from you?
You, exactly.
If you think you're too good for all this, okay.
What are you
Ain't nobody going to argue that?
Exactly.
But what can they gain from you?
Yeah.
If you believe the things they teach, the things they talk about in that church it's too baby-like for me, okay, fine. What can they gain from you?
Yeah.
If you know it all and you're at that level, great. Nothing wrong with that. But what can they gain from you?
Yeah.
Even as a teacher, oh, that school is this, that school is that, those kids, the wife, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what about you? Because even in the pouring out, we are forming our identity.
It's not what they can do for you, it's what you can do for them.
Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? It's not what your country or your family can do for you. It's what you can do for them.
Focus on you. What do you give? What do you put out in
Focus
this
on
world?
them.
Yes, focus on them. What do you pour out in this world? What are you doing to impact your world?
Beyond yourself.
Yes. And then I just wanted to add one last point.
Yeah.
Marriage is worth it. I said this earlier and I'll say it again. It's worth it when you are with the right person. Everything we're saying it because we are with the right person.
And you have the right person on your boat, like we said last week.
It's worth it when you're with the right person. So work on getting with the right person. You get with the right person, you understand what we're talking about.
The right person for you.
For you, yes.
Everybody's the right person.
Yeah, for
it's
you.
It's just the right person for you. There's no bad or good person.
That's right.
There's no bad or good person. It's just, are you good for me?
Absolutely.
Amen. All right. So, amen. All right. So I hope we've shared a tip or two to really help solidify your kingdom union, not only with the person of self, but also with others, and most importantly, with God on today.
Yes. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button, share with your friends and family, and comment down below.
And until next time, be the light, be the salt, and remember, all things are possible.
Amen.
If you believe.
Amen. Believe, behold, become.
All right.